Okay, so WFR stands for Wilderness First Responder, and basically what they do is deal with medical emergencies in the backcountry. So you are far away from hospitals, anything like modern medicine, anything like that, except for what you bring in with you. And a lot of common things that backpackers would carry would be sleeping pads. Those are good for splints. Good sleeping bags, extra clothes, potentially a towel. I always carry a first aid kit, so that's super helpful. Ropes, cravats, a backpack. All of this can be used for splinting and other assorted warfare scenarios.
First assessment, we will view a climber that has fallen and been injured. Ma'am, are you okay?
My lower arm kind of hurts.
Okay, as you can see, there's an obvious deformity. The first things you're going to want to do is do a primary assessment. A is airways, B is breathing, C is circulation, D is deformities, and E is environment. For circulation, you're going to want to check the body from the head to the knees for any obvious bleeding. If there is, you want to stop everything immediately and stop the bleeding. For D, that's deformities. You can see there's an obvious deformity here. That is what you're going to do next. And E, before anything else, is your environment. So you want to make sure that the climber and yourself are in a safe area to work. Okay, first, you're going to want to, without moving the arm as much as possible, view the arm and see what to do next. You're going to want to put gloves on if you have them available. If not, it's up to your personal choice to decide if you need to help the climber or not. Next, you're going to want to take water, any kind of water will work. You're going to want to pour it over the bone to cleanse the area. Do not touch the bone though, because if you touch it, the bone will die and the limb will have to be removed. Okay, after you have cleaned the bone, you're going to want to get your first aid kit, and you're going to want to get something like a glove or a bandage that is very clean, and you're going to take it. You're going to roll it up and or just get it nice to a nice size so that you can slide it over the bone. You're not going to want to touch the bone, but you're going to want to slide it over the bone to keep it protected. You're going to then take medical tape, or any kind of tape will really work, and without touching the bone itself, you're going to want to secure that bandage over it.
It's called an occlusive dressing.
So I'm going to wrap this around the bone area without actually touching the bone itself. That way it is protected from being touched by anything else, so you have the best chances of that bone's survival. Okay, next you're going to want to get your C-brace or C-splint, and you're going to want to secure the arm in a rigid position. If you don't have one of these, you can use a stick or anything really rigid that's in the same shape as the arm. For this, you're going to want the wrist in a straight fashion with fingers curved at about 60 degrees. You're going to want to take your C-splint and you're going to cup it so that it'll actually fit the arm nicely. And you're going to roll up the end so that they have something to grab onto as if like a can. Once you get that, you're going to set it on the bottom of the arm, and you can have the person, if able, to assist you. You are next going to pad the arm. You can do this with any kind of material. I'm using a t-shirt because in a scenario you may have a t-shirt to use in your backpack. Once you have done that, you're going to take and you're going to pad the top of the arm as well. This way, the arm is protected and padded for the trip to any kind of emergency area. You're then going to take a garrote and you're going to wrap it around the padding because you want to have the arm as stiff as possible. Any kind of knot will work. I'm going to use a box knot just because most people know that from tying shoes or anything like that. You're going to want to make sure it's nice and tight so the arm stays rigid. You'll do this before and after the bone, but do not tie one on the bone itself. Otherwise,
They're going to be in a lot of pain.
yeah, they're going to be in a lot of pain. Okay, once you do that, you're going to want to secure the arm to the body. Ma'am, would you stand up, please?
Okay.
Okay, you're going to hold the arm at the front of the torso, and then you're going to do a cross splint first. Across, and you're going to tie it in behind. This way, the person cannot let their arm slide down on the body and ruin your splint. You're then going to keep the arm in a form that you cannot move the elbow away from the body. By doing this, you'll wrap an arm around that way over your splint that you made first. Once you have the arm secure, you will help exit the scene with the patient to the nearest hospital.
A fracture is an immediate evac, so.
Yes.
So the next scenario is going to be a femur fracture, which is a life threat because it's between your knees and your head, and you can die from loss of blood. So this one you want to try to split up as soon as possible and evac them as soon as possible. Basically what I'm using, if you have a ski pole, that's awesome. If not, try to find like a really long stick. You want it to be about a foot longer than their leg. I'm going to use cravats and shirts to pad where I'm going to be tying the cravats to his leg. So, hello sir, can I help you?
Yes, I can't move my leg. I think I broke my upper leg, my femur.
Okay, we're going to throw a split on there, which I've already set up. Okay, so we have the padding here, and that's just to, so the band-aids, or the cravats, sorry, don't cut into his leg. And I've tied them through the loop on the ski pole. First thing you want to do, secure both the upper and lower band-aids. Okay, then the lower one, I'm going to be using an S-hitch, which is good because it distributes where the cravat will be cutting, like not cutting into his foot, but touching his foot or his ankle. And just tie this one below his foot. And then you take another smaller rope, and I just tied a bowline in the end of it. Loop it through. Oh, this is called a traction splint, by the way. It's what you do for femurs because you want to separate the bone so it's not grinding against each other. It reduces pain, and yeah, that's what you do for a femur fracture. So loop it through the bottom where you tied the cravat. Loop it through here, and then you're going to pull traction. You keep pulling until they feel in their leg. They're going to be in excruciating pain. You keep pulling, and then once you pull traction, you never ever release traction. How does that feel? Yeah?
Good.
You have an ace bandage, put an ace bandage on it to reduce swelling and compression. Compression to reduce swelling. And then your final plan is an evacuation plan. And rescue plan. Like a buffer.